you've probably seen them everywhere and never even noticed them. We're talking about the Ford Transit.
The company's large commercial van can be set up to carry cargo, people, or a mix of both. Let's check it out as we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs. That is, if we can find him. Hey, Harvey, where are you?
Welcome to my humble abode.
What do we got here?
Well, we've got a vehicle as big as a house.
A house on wheels. On sale overseas for decades, the Transit arrived in the U.S. in 2015. Now they're used as delivery vans, shuttles at airports.
This is the crew van configuration, so it seats 5, but you have all this room back here. So if you're a landscaper, say, you could put a bunch of gear back here, have your crew, and take it anywhere.
Ford sells about 150,000 Transits a year. The reason they're so popular? Affordability, drivability, and versatility. The Transit comes in 3 roof sizes: small, medium, like our Tester, and tall. A longer wheelbase is also an option. You can have windows or no windows. There's almost endless ways to configure this thing.
People take these things, and in the aftermarket, they turn them into small camper vans.
I could see that.
And, you know, it's really, and now, this year, they make it in all-wheel drive. So, again, you can take this thing off into the wilderness. The low-roof van is really the only 10-passenger vehicle you can get. So when I was a kid, I'm one of 8 kids in my family, we would have had one of these.
You know, I could stand up in this thing.
You know what? I know you can because I can.
You're 6 what?
I'm 6'3", and I am, and I think this is about 6'2.5" right here.
It's amazing how much room there is. So all the creature comforts?
All the creature comforts up here. This is the higher trim level version of it. So you've got 10-way power seats here with lumbar support. You've got the full 8-inch touchscreen with navigation. It also has cameras here, you know, because obviously one of the challenges with a vehicle this big is seeing around you.
And on the road, Harvey says it's surprisingly easy to drive.
The Transit drives as you would expect a van of this size to drive. It's certainly not anything to write home about, but this has the 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine, and that gives it plenty of power, a 10-speed automatic transmission, so acceleration is surprisingly good for a vehicle of this size.
This past weekend, Harvey drove the Transit to storm-ravaged Iowa. He contacted the Red Cross in Cedar Rapids, and they more than welcomed Harvey's help.
I'm going to show up there and have them tell me what I can do to help them and see what this vehicle can do to help them as well.
And both Harvey and the Transit did quite well, helping out our neighbors to the west. Job well done. And on that long drive back home, one's mind can tend to wander.
You know, if you're a rock band, this would be a pretty cool road vehicle as long as you were planning on staying at a hotel or motel somewhere along the way. You could have all your gear in the back, the band here with you, and you could be on the road.
Harvey's getting the band together.
Endless.
Harvey joining us now.
Yeah, we're getting the band back together.
Getting the band back together. Put them in the Transit. We've got some impressive numbers here. What kind of mileage did you get?
I was surprised that round trip to Cedar Rapids and back was 19 miles per gallon, and that's a 310 horsepower motor in that. So it's not, you know, a small thing.
Well, and good for you, Harvey, for doing what you did in Cedar Rapids. That was great because, boy, they made good use out of the van.
Yeah, exactly. I figured I would see what I could do rather than just tool around town with it. Drove there. They had Operation Barbecue was there. They were all set up. This is a group that goes around the country giving meals to people while communities are getting back on their feet. And I pulled up in line and said, throw as much food as you can in the back and I'll take it to where it needs to be. And it worked out great.
It held a lot. $51,000 for the Tester one. That's not bad for all you get.
Well, yeah, when you think about how much vehicle you get for $51,000, we've seen vehicles that cost twice as much that are half the size.
And it drives pretty well? It doesn't feel too trucky?
No, they've done a really good job with this platform, keeping it much more car-like. And that's really important for the people who work in this vehicle as well, because it's very comfortable for them on the road all day as well.
I love the idea of making it a camper. That's a great idea.
Yeah, there are some really cool retrofits of that platform.
Hey, interesting vehicle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Harvey, thank you.
Great.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Harvey. We'll see you
right.
next time.
Thank you, guys.